so honored to be here this evening to share this Veterans Day evening with all of you. In commemoration for all the veterans, past, present, and the future ones to come. Just to start off, I'd like to tell you when I was young, I knew I was going to go into the Marines, okay? But I saw it, I visualized it as a more of a warrior type thing. Rambo, something of that nature. But it took me a while, and then I realized we weren't warriors, we were servants. And I have to hand it also to the Gideons because they're servants as well. Through the ages, when I was in there as USO, there was a Bible, doctor's offices, everywhere. Motels, when you're on vacation and you say, "Ooh, I forgot my Bible." No, you just look in that drawer and there's your Bible. True servants, keep up the good work. But to get back to the story about veterans, who is a veteran? I've got it written down here, and it says, a man or woman who serves his country, his community, and his fellow man. And that says it better than ever I could think of anything, because that encompasses just about everything. And this, of course, involves all of us. It involves branches of the service, all of them, police, fire, and first responders. And when I look every day at everything that these servants go through, I'm in awe about how they can keep up with the evil that's out there. And not only that, but the need. When you look at someone and they're hurting, the first responders are there for that. If someone's breaking into their house and they know that there's going to be a police officer on the way any minute to help them out of that situation, that's a blessing. Firefighter. When there's a fire in a house, everybody goes that way. The fireman comes this way. These are all servants that God has appointed. What an example we have, our Lord. He came to earth as a servant. And we've been blessed to be in that same category. I don't take it lightly, and I know nobody here does, because I see that they're really into that. And veterans are servants. It's funny, it's like in your blood. It's like once you're into it and you're serving, it's hard to stop. I mean, you could be, let's say you're in the Army for 4 years, and then that's done. And when you come out, you're going to find another way to serve. It's just in your blood. And we see it, people going into volunteer work, becoming chaplains, just in your church, community, always there. It's in your blood. But we know that this comes from God's grace. And as I look out and see these faces out there, I know that that's where your source is. That's where your strength is. I just want to encourage you to keep up the good work that you're doing. And I got a kudos to Brent and to Billy for starting this. This fellowship is important. I see it as an answer to prayer for most. When we think about war and injuries, we think about physical and bodily. There are also mental injuries to the mind, injuries to the heart. And that has to be dealt with as well. And that's what this fellowship is about. And you probably heard the phrase "esprit de corps," one of the Marines' sayings that they have, and that is what I see here is that spirit, that drive from the leadership that surrounds the people as they come in. It's almost like a magnet that draws us to this group, and we know that it's through the Spirit of God, but we've got to also realize that this church backs up. I talked with several people, more than several, and they say, your church sponsors a group like that? It was like, they were mesmerized. They said, what a need. That's fantastic. And they want to look at one of the cars. They want to see how possibly they can do that. But just to give you a little rundown on a personal note, excuse me. I was in the Marines for 4 years, from 59 to 63. I was on the fire department for 23 years, from 1965 to 1988. And I do community work right now, up to this point, since I've been out. We have several ministries that we're in, nursing home, food ministries, Meals on Wheels, stuff like that. Once it's in your blood. And it's funny because when I was in the Marines, I didn't have that concept. It was like Rambo. No, it changed. And I think you become stronger when you see your role as a servant. I'm mindful of David and Goliath. Goliath was a warrior. David was just a servant of God. And we see who won that battle. The servant had it all over. When I was in the service, I didn't have any combat experience. I was in right after Korea and before Vietnam. I was blessed there. When I was on the fire department, I was blessed there as well. I was one of the few people to get out in 23 years without a disability. In fact, the insurance, woman in charge of insurance says, you know, I've never filled out one of these. Did someone get off the job without a disability? And yeah, thank you, Lord. That's true. I had a few small accidents, a little burn here, a little burn there, but God was with me. And He is with all of us. We can all adhere to that. It was tough because I remember someone telling me at the beginning, oh, fire department. If you can last 3 months, you'll do all right. They weren't kidding. The first 3 months. It's not only just firefighting, but it's dealing with the injuries and the death around you. And it's with the young, the old. And it's something that when your mind takes a picture of it, it's hard to forget. And I just thank God that He's not only with me through this, but through each of us, each and every one of us. And we got to hold on to that to get us through each day, through whatever we're going to do. But I want to encourage you to keep up the good work. Keep on serving God in whatever capacity He has you in. And you'll be blessed, and He'll see you through it. That's the promise from Him. I would just like to recognize a few volunteer, well, I'll call them volunteers, but they weren't. A firefighter, a good friend of mine who just died a few weeks ago, 30 years. And hell of a man. And I miss him. And even though he's in Connecticut, that's where I was a firefighter. He was a hell of a man. But it's good to know that when you're the Lord, and He gets you through 30 years of being a fireman, and he was in the Air Force for 4 years, that He's got plans for you. Not only here on earth, but up in heaven with Him. And as I say, we've got an inspiration for our job, our responsibility as servants. And I'm mindful of the great gift of servanthood that all of us have, and the need for it people all around us, family, friends. They look to us. They count on us. And thank God that we're there for them. And I would like God to continue to bless this ministry as he has, and the church for backing it up. But I wish to encourage each of you to continue where you're going and what you're doing. God will be with you all the way. It's a promise that he gives us. And our recognition will be when we are up there someday with him, and he'll just look at us and say, well done, good and faithful servant. I have a reading that, in fact, surprisingly, I picked it up yesterday, which happened to be the Marine Corps birthday. But I hope that you'll get as much out of this as I did. And it's called His Faithful Servant. Therefore, I urge you, brothers and sisters, in view of God's mercy, to offer your bodies as living sacrifices, holy and pleasing to God. This is your spiritual act of worship. And that's Romans 12:1. And here's what the commentary is. What are you doing to meet the needs of others? What are you doing to serve others? Anyone who serves Christ in this way is pleasing to God. We should never forget who Jesus is. He is Lord. We should never forget who we are. We're his servants. Servants who are sinners who have been saved. Blood-bought servants who are prisoner-free and glory-bound. Hallelujah. The Bible tells us, you are not your own. You were bought with a price. Therefore, honor God with your bodies. 1 Corinthians 6:19. What does that mean? It means that I am to live for what he wants rather than for what I want. And that's what I see here with these servants. God wants me to serve others. You were brought with a price too. You are not your own. So would you choose today to serve him by serving others? And that's what I would exhort all of us to do to people that might have that servantship down in their hearts that haven't started it yet. But we'll rely on God to do the rest of it. Again, I just want to thank you all for your kind attention and for being the servants that you are. Keep up the good work. God bless you.
George, stay there for a second.